Hi, this is Kevin Dio from Upscale Audio, and I am here with...
Hey, I'm Jim Garrett from Harman's Luxury Audio Group.
Oh my God, and we are here at the Harman facilities in Northridge, not Van Nuys. There's a story behind that. We are in Northridge, California. We're going to take a tour of this unbelievable facility.
We consider the Northridge location our center of excellence for acoustics globally for Harman. One of the things that's going to become abundantly clear to you is that we are a data-driven company. We're a science-driven company. That's why we built these network of experience centers, because groups like yours, we can bring in for a day and a half, 2 days, and we can go deep on the technology, on the rapid prototyping, how these products come into fruition. We can actually do the testing and the demoing in its proper environment. You know, the last, maybe 20 years, 15 to 20 years, we really made investments in this particular category in terms of the Bluetooth portable category, and it's a major part of our business. The other thing to mention is that, JBL and a lot of our brands also get cascaded into the automotive side too. Now, obviously, with YouTube and the democratization of everyone's a content creator, and now they have tools available that are on the pro level that they can actually have at home. So that's a way of talking about how we made a number of investments for products that are more in the retail environment, like these JBL 104 studio monitors, these AKG 371 headphones. All of a sudden, you have that pro quality recording ability in your home at a very low cost. And of course, we can scale up from there. Now we have these MK2s, JBL MK 300 series MK2s. Now we're working with a C214 AKG microphone, so the sophistication continues on. And then what we're showing there in the back with those 708Ps is really our solutions in post-production facilities for motion pictures, television, and certainly audio recording. Here we have a little mic locker, not mic locker, but a little recording booth. Turn the dial on the mixer, put on the headphones, and you can sample anywhere from our, it's like $8,000, our C12 microphone there, our 414 in there. And
Joel, you can rap. You can check your flow.
I heard that they'll give you $5 to sing into a can.
So this is our 6,000 square foot soundstage, separated with a curtain. Behind that curtain is a full performance stage. So the old days, the old, standard lights, you would have to, your programming would be, I want this light blue. I want this light blue for 10 seconds, and then it's going to turn to yellow. And then I need it to move, and I'm going to move it this way, right? That's all hand programming. So what this allows you to do, what you're seeing is all the trusses as in this software environment, and there it is. And this is the video that's running behind it. And as the pixel elements are hitting the pixels on the light, they're being interpreted through here. So it's translating the pixels into DMX language in order to impact the lights here.
Here we go.
Any bloody noses? So this is the finale of our demos here in the soundstage. So the finale is we pump up a lot of volume into the VTX 812 line array system. We have a lighting designer that created a 4-minute light show that goes along with the music to get people really, really pumped up and to really feel and experience and see our products.
My title here is Senior Director of Product Strategy and Planning for the Luxury Audio Business Unit. So what that means is I'm in charge of all of the product development for all of the brands that we do under the Luxury Audio umbrella and the business unit here within Harman. That includes JBL, of course, for all of the loudspeakers that we do. Also includes our JBL Synthesis multi-channel audio brands, our Revel loudspeaker brand, Levinson Electronics, Arcam Electronics, of course, JBL and JBL Synthesis Electronics as well. A couple of the unique pieces that we've got sitting out here. Some of the vintage Harman Kardon electronics that are here from the 50s. Down there on the end, that piece down there in the corner, that's a minigon, which is a baby 8-inch two-way version of a much larger speaker that we'll show you in the lab. So we have a Paragon and a Metrogon that are here. We'll show you in the lab. So continuing the dual 15-inch theme as we move along here, that's a Metrogon. That dates from late 50s, early 60s. These are collector's items these days, if you can find any of these big beasts, you know. Smaller version of the Paragon, which is down here. That's one of the more famous JBL loudspeakers. These are highly sought after when you can find them. This is a dual 15-inch three-way design. This little guy only 6 feet wide, this one about 8 feet wide, so this became, again, a monster piece of furniture that would be in your room.
So just for grins for the guys, maybe the younger guys or whatever, can you explain why it was the high-frequency drivers were positioned the way they are and the...
Yeah, so this is an interesting thing that you're actually going to see in one of our, actually two of our newer products now, since the other one's been publicly announced. So this was a design idea that they called built-in acoustics, was this idea, this big curved front panel. And part of it was the fact that as a stereo speaker in a single cabinet, we're trying to get as wide of a soundstage as you could possibly get into it. So there's a bit of a folded horn design in here. Actually, you can see a little bit here where the drivers are. So these 15s fire back in here and then they loop their way around and come out there. We've got a UHF and an HF compression driver that are in here as well that fire out. And the idea of this was to basically try to give a much wider soundstage. Not that 8 feet's not already a little wide, but in a room, get you a much bigger soundstage presentation out of the speaker. Harry Potter, he's in here.
Well, watch your step.
Yeah, this is one where it's a little more difficult to go in.
And what happens if you get closed up in this room and you stay here for a period of time? Does anything happen with your hearing where you're able to sense things in your body?
I'll close the door a little bit for you here so you can kind of get a feel of it. We're going to show off, we'll spend a little bit of time in this room because there's a whole lot of products to show off in here. So this is our JBL listing room. So there's 4 lab listing rooms that we'll be spending time in this afternoon. L100, as you guys probably know, was one of the most iconic loudspeakers ever. It was our best-selling speaker of the 70s. Everyone knows it from the Maxell blown away ads. And we brought it back about 5 years ago. The L100 Classic was a modern reinterpretation. So this was really on the very early edge of what we would call that new nostalgia trend. And what we wanted to do was to keep the design, that decidedly 70s unique design that we had from the product, including the iconic Quadrex foam grille, but put all of the modern acoustic technologies in it. So now we went down to a little baby 5-inch two-way with a smaller tweeter and really just put a L100 in the dryer for too long and got a little L52. It had a baby. So now that speaker, also very popular, and it became the affordable way to get into the Classic series because these were only $1,000 a pair when we first launched them. So a much more affordable product that you could get into. So we created the SA750 and we made it look like 1970s era, 60s era electronics, and people really liked it. We want to get younger generation or anybody that's not been into vinyl before, you want to get them into it with a quality player. So for us, the challenge there was how do we do something at an affordable entry-level price point but still make it a very high-performance product. So the Spinner BT does that for us. So this is a wooden chassis for the base of the player. We've got an aluminum tone arm, an aluminum platter on it. It's a belt drive player in this case. We've included both a built-in phono preamplifier as well as Bluetooth, high-res Bluetooth connectivity in it. So you think about some of the younger kids that have grown up using portable speakers or they're listening on headphones and whatnot, this will pair to any of those devices. And this will be at a $399 price point. So, the L42, as its name implies, the 42 implies a pair of 4-inch woofers. MS, it's a music system. It's got the same features as the larger L75. One key difference, the phono preamp is gone, but it still has an RCA line level input on it. But we know that people at that price point down there, like I showed you earlier today, we got a great turntable with a phono preamp built in, which is a perfect pair for this guy. So what we've done with this is, if you connect it to a television via the HDMI, you have this unit and that subwoofer. That is a perfect system and solution for someone that is looking for a higher performance product than the soundbar that they may have had before. And again, an all-in-one system that does everything that they need. Also knowing that they were going to use it for video, I created what we call a sound field expansion mode. And what that does is create a much, much bigger sound stage. When we first started out there with those historical products, you saw products like the Paragon and the Metragon that had that curved front. That's exactly where this came from. And the exact same idea too. So we had very close together drivers that we wanted to try to optimize that soundstage and make it sound much bigger than it physically is. So that's why we curved the front baffles on these in the same manner. So they're following that 1950s technology that the JBL engineers first did back then.
Wow, what an experience it has been. You know, I gotta tell you something. I have not been, last time I was at this facility was somewhere around 1981. It was when the L112 was being launched. And the L100 was such an iconic speaker.
So we're, you know, an independently operated, wholly owned subsidiary of Samsung. So in the, you know, again, I guess about 6 years since they acquired us, it's, you know, we still have our same facilities, our same leadership team, our same structure. They have left us alone in that respect. They knew we knew what we were doing from an audio standpoint, and they were here to help. You know, how do we make this even better? But it's not taking away anything from what we do with these prestigious audio brands. We're lucky enough to be the stewards of some iconic audio brands in the industry, and it's
Yeah, hallelujah.
not lost on us at all. Right?
Yeah. Any closing thoughts you want to leave with people out in the audience?
You know, I just, again, thank you and the team for
Yeah.
a wonderful afternoon. I really enjoyed spending the time with you guys and playing some fantastic music.
Yeah.
And a little bit of video there at the end. So
Yep.
we did some multi-channel audio in the JBL Synthesis Reference
Yep.
Theater. So yeah, it was a great time, and I hope
cool.
you guys enjoyed it as well.
Oh, we did. I really thank you so much. All right. Thanks, folks.